So this time I want to talk about creating your altar and sacred space. And I also want to talk about creating a magic box. So going over the altar first, um, basically your altar is all of your stuff, right? It's your sacred area that has been cleansed and purified that you can lay all of your tools on. This is where people will do their offerings to their deities or gods. And then this is another place you can set up. You can do meditation in front of it. Like I have all of my full moon, like my moon water on there, all of my charged crystals on there. Um, so just taking a look at mine, I've got about 18 candles on mine. I did put a picture up on the Instagram page that I created, but I've got my sage on there. I have a feather on there too. If you ever watch, my sage is right here. If you ever watch people when they do their sage, and they take the feather and they kind of waft it through the air. So that's what that's on there for. I've got a Himalayan salt lamp. I've got all of my essential oils on there. Anything that really makes me feel connected to my craft. Because that's what this really is. It's your craft. It's about what makes you feel powerful and what makes you feel resonated with your with what you're doing, with what you're manifesting. I also have my incense sticks on there. I have some coconut oil. Oh, let me see if I can reach it. So I've got one of these little things on there, and it's like a Zen garden, and it came with the little fork. And I kind of just like sit there and play with it sometimes. Yes, I get sand all over the floor when I do it, so that's why I try not to play with it too often. And then, let's see, I've got like an essential oil book that tells you how to use each essential oil. That's actually a really good book, and I'm going to grab that really quick. I also have my tarot cards on there as well. But this is my essential oil book. It's really good. This is the like pocket version. They have like a big desk reference. And it's literally as big as a textbook. But you can go through, I mean, you can look through here. And it tells you like which ones are good for grounding, which ones are good for like purification, all of that. It's such a good reference. I'm sure you can find it on Amazon. And that's one I really recommend. We'll get into that more when we talk about essential oils and the different properties of incense as well. But that's such a great tool to have. I absolutely love it. And then I want to talk about the Magic box, which I should have grabbed while I was standing up, but I didn't. So this is mine. I actually got this at a Salvation Army garage sale. In our town, they have one like once a year, and it's just where they kind of try to clear house. But that's what this is. I actually keep all of my charged crystals in here, so you can see. But then, so what you want to do with your magic box, what I did first when I got it was I cleansed it. So how I did that was, take all the crystals out here. So what I did was I got an essential oil that made me feel grounded and cleansed myself. And I took it and I went the clockwise way like I talked about in the last video, bringing in protection and all of that. And then I went counterclockwise, banishing any negative energy that may have been stored in here from the previous owner. So what you can do with a magic box, so mine, it's kind of like a little spell. It's like a little spell box is what I like to think of it as. So you take a little piece of paper and you write on it what you hope to manifest. So this one says a safe and successful pregnancy and a happy and healthy baby. And then what you do is you burn it just a little bit to kind of make it go into effect, and then you put it in the box. And then this one says a good, positive, loving relationship with my significant other. Fold it up, burn it a little bit, and put it into your Magick box. Then what you want to do, I like to use either Himalayan pink salt or sea salt, and you want to sprinkle that in there, and then you also want to light a candle at the same time, kind of manifesting that power. Again, in the candle video, I talked about the strength of the candles, so you know, keeping an eye on which flame you're getting, if you're getting the tall, strong flame, if you're getting the weak blue one, all of that. And then I put my crystals in there once I'm finished, to kind of energize it even more, to get that power behind it. And it's a great little place to store my crystals. The reason I picked this one up, I mentioned in the crystal video that some are sensitive to water. Selenite is one that is sensitive to water. It can dissolve in water. So if you're thinking about cleansing this, you can set it out under the full moon. That's a great way. Using the sound, the healing tones, using the intentional breath. You can even do a sea salt rub. Just be careful not to scratch it. You want to make sure that it's very fine, almost dust-like, and kind of do that. And you can also charge your crystals using other crystals. So that's a really good thing to keep in mind as well. So I just put all of those in there. And what they say too is the little pieces of paper, they can say whatever you want them to say on it. But you're supposed to take that paper out every day, read it, meditate on it, kind of rebuild that spell. You don't have to do the entire ritual all over again, but it is good to keep in touch with it and kind of remember why you're here, why you did it, and all of that. So it's very, I mean, it fits in the palm of my hand, very small. You can have a really, really big one if you want. I didn't choose a big one because this one kind of just came to me. I saw it and I was like, wow, that would be perfect. And something else that I have on there, I don't actually have a cauldron, just because I don't really have the space for it, but I found this at a thrift shop. It is like a Japanese tea kettle, but it didn't come with the lid, so that was super, super handy dandy. And I use this as a cauldron, and it came with these cute little teacups, like the hand teacups that you would see. So I have one, I've got my sage in there, and I kind of like put it out in the bottom of the cup. I have another one that I do spells in, so I grind up my herbs, salt, anything else like that, and put that in there. And then I have another one that I use to burn. So like when I do the paper for the Magick box, when I burn it, I will put it in there and kind of let it sizzle a little bit. That way I don't set the whole house on fire. And then I have another one that is filled with salt, so it came with 4. But that's kind of just a really quick overview of an altar and then how to do a Magick box. Again, any questions or topic ideas, make sure you send them to the email, and I hope you guys have a great night. See ya.